What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Footy Fetish podcast with myself, Alfie, and Ollie.
Yo.
Just us two today.
I know, mate. Dynamic duo back at it again.
For a little Christmas special. I suppose I should probably wear something Christmassy, really.
Yeah, but I don't have anything Christmassy.
Wearing merch. I mean, I've got a Christmas jumper, but I'm repping instead, repping the pod instead. But how have you been, Ollie?
Good, mate. Good. Back to work this week, so busy. What about you?
Yeah. Good. Yeah, good. Just busy at work, busy getting some uni stuff done before Christmas packs up and everything. And good. But just got all my shopping. I got all my wrapping done the other day.
Oh yeah, I'm yet to wrap.
It took me an hour to wrap 2 presents.
Nice.
Yeah, and they were only like rectangle as well, so they weren't exactly hard to do. But it wasn't great. But how's yours coming along?
I haven't actually started yet, but my family are normally lucky if it gets wrapped. Sometimes it's tinfoil because it's just easier.
I pulled the tinfoil trick a few times myself, but I figured this year I put in a little bit more effort.
Yeah, I probably should. I think I've got some wrapping paper in the spare room next door, so.
Nice.
I do.
Yeah, I got my presents ages ago. I got them on fucking payday because I knew I was going to be absolutely skint by the time it comes around. And
Yeah.
I am.
I bought a lot of mine on Amazon on like Black Friday and stuff. I thought, you know what, quick get in while it's cheap. So did that.
It's a great shout. Yeah, I should have. I hit like some sales. Yeah, just like some Black Fridays. Well, yeah, it was just after Black Friday. I managed to catch like the last day of it.
Oh, well,
Like it was like
Cyber
Tuesday,
Monday
so
or
it was
whatever.
like, it was Tuesday, and there was still like a few sales going on at a few places, and I managed to get it all done there.
Well, that's the thing. It's meant to be Black Friday, but it's more like Black 2 weeks.
Yeah, I feel like Cyber Monday is way better than Black Friday as well.
Yeah, well, they're not really too different, really. And a lot of it is just before sale, it's 600 quid. After sale, it's 600 quid, but reduced from 800. So you're not actually getting a good deal. They just put their prices up to bring them back down to the same price. So.
That's true. How's your new TV? Obviously, for the viewers who don't know, Ollie got himself a brand spanking new television.
I
Treated
wouldn't
himself
know
to a
just
little
yet.
Christmas present.
I wouldn't know just yet because I haven't put it up. I was going to do it last night, but by the time my stepdad was done working and stuff, it was quite late, and obviously it's a 2-man job.
Yeah.
Because it's quite heavy and stuff, so it should be going up tonight after the podcast.
Nice. How big is it?
70.
70. Lovely. 4K and everything.
Yeah, babe.
Yeah,
I sold my old TV, and the guy that came to collect it yesterday, he went, "Oh, was that your new 70-inch?" Because it was in the packaging by the front door. And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a new one I got." And he went, "Oh, mine's 90-inch." I was thinking, I bet you've got a tiny cock as well, haven't you?
Yeah. Now, who needs a 90-inch TV?
Oh no, that's ridiculous. If you're going to get 90-inch, you might as well just get a projector.
Yeah, innit? I'm not a big fan of projectors myself, to be fair, but yeah, what a prick.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice little Christmas present for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Not bad. But I suppose we should probably talk about some football.
Yeah, probably.
Talk about some football. There's not much to review in terms of football of week 18 because obviously there was only 4 games, as we know. Most of the games were
Just
called
the top
off due
4,
to
you know.
Yeah, basically. Which is weird to say, Ollie. How do you feel about that? You're getting dizzy up there.
Yeah, I know, mate. It is. But it's back where we belong in 4th.
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
But yeah, loads of games obviously called off COVID. I don't know what the deal was with a lot of teams. Like we didn't really. I don't know. I didn't seem to hear much about who specifically had COVID.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was. I think with you guys were meant to be playing Watford, right? So I think it was more the Watford players that had COVID.
Yeah, they had a Christmas party and got it from a Christmas party. And I think in that instance, they should be fucking forced to play the game with the players that they have available. Because it's not like they just had it come through the training facility.
Yeah.
They had a Christmas party where all the players got together and they all got COVID. Therefore, it's self-inflicted. They should have to play. I think they should have had to play the game with just the guys that they had ready.
Yeah, well, we had one player with COVID, which was Lokonga, but we've now got 3, including Lokonga, with Callum Chambers and Pablo Mari. So I'm not really concerned about that in any way, shape or form, really. The only one that actually does play for us is on a more regular basis is Lokonga, and obviously we didn't do too badly without him. So
no, yeah, it was a good result for you guys. We might as well start with you guys, to be fair. Arsenal, obviously, a big, not decent couple of results coming. Obviously, you smashed Leeds 4-1 in the Premier League, and then you beat Sunderland 5-1 in the Carabao Cup quarters.
Yep.
So you're through to the semis now. I believe there's a few games on tonight. I'm not sure who's playing, but I think there's a few. I think Chelsea Brentford's one of them.
Yeah, I
but
think so.
Remember. Also, did you see? I don't know. You're not on Twitter, so I don't know if you probably wouldn't have seen it. You see Chelsea fans moaning about like injuries and COVID and stuff, and then they still fielded the 11 that they could field, and it's like, what the fuck are you moaning about? Like, how are you moaning? You still have an incredible
they
squad
had
with
6 subs out of the normal 9 on the bench. Even though obviously you're only allowed to bring on 3, they still had 6 on their bench.
Like,
but as
if
I say,
you
normally have 9 on the bench.
Mate, they were crying. The team they fielded against Wolves was Mendy, Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Reece James, Kante, Chalobah, Alonso, Ziyech, Mount, and Pulisic.
Yeah, literally.
Still, that would get top 4.
Yeah,
if that played 38 games.
Yeah, definitely. I think.
And they had Kovacic on the bench.
They've got a couple of players that they could have. Well, yeah, that they probably would have preferred to start, maybe like Lukaku or something like that. But it's not a bad team at all. It's still bloody decent. I'd say 99% of that team is still brilliant.
I'd still love that. I'd love that if Palace's starting team.
Yeah,
it'd be fantastic. But yeah, we'll talk about you guys. Talk about you. Obviously, the game against Leeds. Obviously, sort of a Martinelli not coming out party because he's sort of already had that, I suppose. But coming back, maybe. Let's hope he can stay fit enough to keep it going. Because it does feel like he gets like almost like a head of steam and then injury, head of steam then injury, and then it's like, so hopefully he can keep it up. And I'm guessing, well, he's probably not. Is he the striker for you guys now? Because I'm imagining Lacazette will still probably start. He's been playing very well.
Well, Lacazette's basically going to be captain for probably the rest of the season unless we get rid of him in Jan to try and bring in some sort of money for him instead of him leaving for free in the summer. But if he does go, we won't get much for him in January anyway, with, as I say, his contract running out in 6 months. But yeah, no, I think he probably is one of the top people that we'd look at to start up top at the moment, Martinelli.
Yeah.
I think he's obviously proving himself. He knows that there is a vacancy at the moment, quite a big one. Obviously, that's not going to stop Arsenal from looking to get a striker, knowing probably what Martinelli's like with his injuries and stuff like that. But I always forget he's only 20 years old. He's not old. He's not like. He's not like. But I think he looks older than he is. He looks like he's sort of mid-20s, I think. But he's only 20 years old, and hopefully this sort of stop-start injuries that he's had over the sort of 2 sort of 6 years that he's been with us is sort of coming to an end now, and that doesn't carry on going forward, because we've seen when he is fit and he does play, he's pretty decent, and he can get goals and stuff. So I really do hope that he can stay fit. And obviously, I think it was 2 years ago, Klopp was lauding him, saying he was like a generational talent, and he's going to be up there with Messi and Ronaldo and stuff, and he's going to be unbelievable. But obviously, it's not really come to any fruition at the moment because of so many injuries. But yeah, he's 3 goals in his last 2 Premier League games, so
not bad. It's all starting to click as soon as Aubameyang was out the team, which it's a shame. Because it does very much. Well, hopefully it won't get as toxic as the Özil situation, but it does look like in a bubble, like in a vacuum. It looks like another potential Özil situation.
Yeah, hopefully we can just nip it in the bud as soon as possible and get rid of him in January. Because as much as I like Uber, I think I don't see any point in keeping him now, because I think it's just going to be it's going to turn into the Özil situation. We might as well cash in. Obviously, he's been linked with Juventus in January.
Yeah,
because there's also
a great move for him. Like,
yeah,
fuck knows how Juventus are looking at him right now. Like, I want a bit of that.
Yeah,
but they must just be looking to bolster numbers, I guess, or something.
Yeah, well, apparently we're also looking to take 3 Juventus players from them. One of them including Aaron Ramsey.
That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Like, I think there would be a lot of Arsenal fans that are like, and there'd be a lot of banter, but I actually don't think that's the worst thing in the world.
As long as I don't think we'd overpay for him.
As long as you're not paying him 300 grand a week. If you're paying him like 100 grand a week, then I'd be like,
paying him that much. But apparently there's a couple of Juve players that we're looking at the moment. So I think it might just be, let's get on their good side and give them Aubameyang, so we can obviously try and get a couple of players from them. Really try and build on that relationship. I think. Hopefully it'll go in January, to be honest, but it's a shame because up until now he's had a really good sort of time at Arsenal. Obviously, he hasn't had the best
Well,
time
it's
in
been
playing.
now, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's in playing and stuff. He's not been amazing, but he's always been in good spirits. He's always been sort of obviously when he was captain and stuff like that. He's never been the one to obviously be like how he is now, and obviously be annoyed with the club and stuff like that. And I don't really know what the full picture is behind the scenes and stuff. It's like we never knew 100% what it was with Ozil, but hopefully we can just nip it in the bud as soon as possible so it doesn't drag out, as long as the Ozil thing dragged out.
Absolutely, yeah, it's got to get sorted, and then clean start for both parties, which I think is necessary.
Exactly.
But obviously your next game against Norwich on
Sunday,
Boxing Day.
yeah.
So Merry Christmas to Arsenal fans. I know you can discount Norwich because they could be quite a feisty team, and obviously Arsenal, as well as you are flying high, we know what we can. You never know what could happen with Arsenal. 100%. You never know. On any given Sunday, they could look like an amazing top 4 team, or they could look like
First time we played Norwich this season, we only won 1-0. So
yeah,
I think we've come a long way since then. To be fair, so
yeah, definitely. This is away at what's the stadium called? No, that's Burnley. What's Norwich?
We literally had this the other day, didn't we?
Why is this? This is.
It's not Ellen Road because that's Leeds.
Harrow Road.
Harrow Road, that's it.
Yeah, Harrow Road. Yep, it's at Harrow Road, but I'm sure you guys will see it out. Let's have a look. Wow. So having a little stat for you, Ollie, might put you in a good. I'm sure you're confident that you're going to beat them anyway, but this one might make you feel a little bit better. Having been unbeaten in their first 5 Premier League games against Arsenal between 92 and 94, 1 win and 4 draws, Norwich have lost 10 of their last 14 against the Gunners in the competition. And so they only got 1 draw and 1 win and 3 draws in that time. So looks like you'll probably beat them, to be honest, Ollie. But Norwich, obviously, as we know, Norwich are they were on a good run. They've lost their last 3, but they were on a good run. So we'll see how that goes.
Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm sure you guys will.
I think with the Leeds game, it's one of the first games this season so far that I've felt like genuinely quite confident about. And just even though obviously we conceded, obviously it was for a stupid penalty given away by Ben White and stuff. So I think obviously that was just a bit unlucky. But I think we would have kept a clean sheet other than that. We outplayed them. They were also awful. I can't obviously give all the credit to Arsenal because Leeds were dreadful. They gave the ball away in the defence so many times throughout that game. And I think Meslier was just getting so pissed off. He had no protection at all throughout the whole game.
The Leeds defence was disgusting.
Yeah, we could have easily won that game, maybe 6-0. We had a couple of chances that obviously went astray, but I'm happy with the result in the end, to be fair. Nice to see Smith Rowe obviously coming on. Getting another goal. Yeah, he's our top scorer at the moment. It's 7 goals in 11 games or something for Smith Rowe. Oh, nice. So not bad. And
is that in all comp?
Just Premier League, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah. But he's as I say, with Martinelli and stuff, he's doing bits at the moment. Hopefully he can continue that. With our game last night against Sunderland, we had that youngster, 18-year-old Charlie Patino, come on and score. Nice little goal at the end. It was wasn't anything fancy or anything, 91st minute or whatever, but
no, it was a good finish.
Happy for him. Eddie Nketiah with a hat-trick last night as well.
It was that's something I wanted to bring up. I hate the way Eddie Nketiah celebrates.
Yeah,
I think it's the shittest thing ever. Honestly, like I was watching it, I was just like, when the first one when he was like that, I was like, did he play for Sunderland or something? It's like I don't think he has, but and then the second one, it was just I don't know. He celebrates like someone who's an absolute baller.
Yeah, I think he likes the Carabao Cup. He scores quite regularly in the Carabao Cup for Arsenal, but I don't think. Sorry.
Wasn't tidy finishing for the second and the third.
The third one was perfect. It was a lovely little link-up play with Pepe as well, who also got on the score sheet.
I like the second.
Yeah,
where he tags the front post and
Yeah, the second one was nice. Obviously, it was with his right foot, I think. But obviously, the other one was with his sort of opposite foot. Obviously, it went sort of through his legs and he sort of flicked it around. Yeah, that was just perfect, really. Nice little way to finish off the hat trick there. But
yeah, nice. But yeah, it just aggravated me the way he celebrated. I don't know why. I was like, oh, just have some passion. Like, you've not been playing, and when you have played, you've been shit. Have some, like, come on, I want to see something from you.
That's it.
But he played really well. So he did play well. So fair play to him. I didn't realise how bad Sunderland were.
Yeah, I didn't watch the full game. I watched the highlights though. But yeah, they were lucky with their goal.
Yeah.
They were lucky with the goal. I think it was just a bit of defence fell asleep for a second, really.
Yeah.
And Leno didn't really.
Over the keeper.
Sorry?
It was like a nice little dink over the keeper.
Yeah, exactly. I think obviously Leno's been a bit out of favour at the moment as well, so he's might be a little bit rusty. But yeah, obviously
he hit the post as well, with a really nice bendy shot that could have on another day that could have gone in as well. But ultimately, it wouldn't have really mattered.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about obviously Norwich game? So 3 points that will take you up to 35. That would be 3 points off of Chelsea if they don't manage to get a win against. Where am I looking? Aston Villa, away at Villa, which could happen.
Yeah.
You're away at Wolves, so there's no reason why they couldn't draw against Aston Villa.
Yeah. Obviously fairly confident with the Norwich game and stuff. I'm kind of glad that the three teams above us, we've all played the same amount of games, and then we've got obviously the team below us have all got at least one game in hand.
Yeah.
West Ham have got one game in hand. United have got two, and Tottenham have got 3 games in hand against us. So yeah, obviously, fingers crossed it doesn't. They don't get too many results out of that, but obviously you never know. They're on a bit of an upwards curve at the moment.
Yeah, man.
Who have they got? They've got today. They're playing in West Ham in the quarterfinal. You're playing you on Boxing Day, and they're playing Southampton, Watford, and then us on the 16th of Jan. So. Who knows? Fingers crossed we can get some. They won't get any decent results out of the games in hand. Otherwise, they'll be catching up.
Yeah, we've got a tough little one of Spurs on Boxing Day and fucking West Ham on New Year's Day.
Yeah,
it's not a nice little. Although last year? We always play West Ham around Boxing Day or New Year's Day. Always, like every year. I remember not last season, the season before. I think it was we beat on Boxing Day.
No.
I remember when Ayew did that roulette, do you remember? And then he chipped it over the keeper. Do you remember that? Yeah, that one. Yeah, I remember that. That was great.
Well, we've got obviously Norwich on Sunday, and then on Tuesday we've got Wolves. So we've only got 1 day's break in between games.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Ah, you'll be fine. They're professional athletes. I'll be alright.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to moan like Klopp.
Do we know? Yeah, no, exactly. Do we know the extent of Tomiyasu? Because I know. It seems to be not that much of a deal.
No, it wasn't. It's not. It wasn't big. I don't think he was going to be included in yesterday's squad anyway. Really, obviously Carabao Cup, but obviously young players start. Balogun started. Eddie Nketiah started. That's like a load of players that you wouldn't normally see be even on the bench. Were on the bench compared. So, yeah, obviously he's been a big influence for one of the key reasons why I think we've. Done a lot better this season so far. He's been pretty solid in the back for us. I think he's helped really sort of solidify the back line there, and obviously Tavares providing competition for Tierney as well.
Oh, sorry.
Tavares obviously providing competition for Tierney. I think is what both made them step there. Obviously both their games up, but I don't think Tomiyasu's injury is bad at all. Really, as I say, with him, yeah, he should do. To be fair, I don't think it was. I think it was more of a knock than anything else.
Okay, yeah, good, because I got my fantasy team. I don't really want to get rid of him, but I might have to. So
yeah, never know.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's not too bad. Arsenal, yeah, looking up the table, which is nice. It's nice to have, I guess. Well, especially for Arsenal fans, nice to have them sort of back in the top 4 conversation. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
it'd be nice to get some European football again next year. Hopefully through league position rather than FA Cup or whatever. I wouldn't mind also winning the FA Cup. That would be nice. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah, it'd be kind of crazy if you got Champions League next year.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. To be fair,
mental. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what people are saying about Arteta if you finish in the top 4 this year.
Definitely. compare the first 3 games to obviously the end of the season.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. We'll move on. Manchester City, on a madness. They obviously beat Newcastle 4-0. Absolute, just so easy.
Yeah.
Wasn't really the defending for the first goal was outrageous. Did you see it? Like the Kieran Clark? I think it was Kieran Clark just left it. Like I just a mix up with the keeper and
with the Dubravka, it was so poor. I don't like it. Literally two minutes before that, Dubravka went to go pass the ball out and gave away a corner.
Yeah. Like,
terrible.
it's just awful.
It was such poor defending.
They're actually a joke of a football team, Newcastle. They're so fucking poor.
Yeah.
So poor. Obviously, João Cancelo had maybe I don't know. It's hard to say if he's had his best game in a City shirt because he's had so many great games.
He's having an unreal season at the moment.
Unreal season. But he got on the score sheet and he got an assist for his troubles. Was he? Yeah, Riyad Mahrez getting a goal. Raheem Sterling also scoring. Diaz getting the first. I think potentially the talking point around this game is not necessarily what happened on the pitches, but what happened off the pitch, with 2 players in the name of Jack Grealish and Phil Foden being left out due to which at the time I thought, oh, maybe they're still carrying little niggles or whatever, but no, it's due to their behaviour.
Yes, apparently they went out on a bit of a mad one after the Leeds bashing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I assume Pep didn't like that very much. So
I'm a bit nervous because I've always been a Jack Grealish fan, but there has always been a stigma around him, and rightfully so, because he has acted like an idiot back in the day. But I thought he shedded that, and I thought we'd seen the back of that.
And I thought with Phil Foden as well, with the whole thing that happened with Mason Greenwood and that, you would have thought he might have stepped his game up and be a little bit more cautious.
I've heard a peep out of him since that, really.
Yeah, exactly. He's been quiet.
First thing. I just really don't want Jack Grealish to fall back into that and then rub off on one of the best talents we have coming through.
Definitely.
It'll be a real shame.
I think if anyone's going to sort that out, though, I think Pep will do a good job at it. I think he wouldn't pussyfoot around. I
love the fact that he dropped Phil Foden and Jack Grealish.
Yeah,
that's like their name. They're like 2. You know, if they're fully fit, I'm sure they're 2 of the 2 names at the top of the list almost to start.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fantastic that he's dropped them, and rightfully so. But I just hope this doesn't snowball into something bigger.
Yeah, sure.
It's not going to be good. I don't care about City. I care about England.
That's it. I don't want that to have a knock-on effect on our World Cup squad.
No, exactly. We got a World Cup to win and a Euros after that.
Exactly.
And a World Cup after that.
And a Nations League.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, City just utterly dominating. They're top of the league, 3 points clear. Haven't lost in their last 5. Conceded the least goals. I haven't even conceded double-digit goals yet. They've only conceded 9. Their next game's up against Leicester, who are obviously doing a bit better. They're 9th at the moment on 22. So they are their amount of points away from City. They're on 22, City on 44, which is actually kind of mad when you think Leicester were one of the teams that we thought we were battling for the top 4 again this year.
Yeah.
I mean, Leicester they're only 2 points ahead of us, but they have got a game in hand, which I guess is not the City game, but I don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm confident. It's at the Etihad. I'm confident City will get the win there.
Yeah, I don't think
they'll have not.
I don't think they'll have too much to worry about in that game, really.
It's good.
They've got Brentford the week after that, and then Arsenal on New Year's Day. So,
you've got on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Oof.
I'd be very happy if we win that, but I doubt we will.
Absolutely. I think, like we were saying in the podcast, literally last podcast, I think it's going to be the games between City, Liverpool, and Chelsea that decide this Premier League.
Yeah.
Sure. Now we've obviously seen other teams drop points, like we saw Chelsea drop point. Who did they lose? We saw they dropped points at Burnley.
West Ham.
They lost to West Ham, which is nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Liverpool, who did they dropped points at Villa, didn't they? They beat Villa. Who did they lose to?
Liverpool lost to West Ham.
Oh, West Ham as well. Yeah. So, which is nothing crazy. But then City have lost to Palace. I mean, we beat them at the Etihad.
Yeah. I think it's Chelsea as well. Obviously, getting the draw against Burnley, this draw against Wolves. There's a couple of games where you probably would have hoped that they should have obviously got all 3 points from that. So I don't necessarily think with Chelsea it's going to be them losing games that's going to affect it. It's just them dropping points in the games that they should be winning fairly comfortably.
Yeah. No, I agree, and it is a worry. I think Chelsea, like even this injury thing, like I know they still have. We were saying earlier they still have a good squad, but I don't know if they have a good enough squad to compete for the Premier League. If these injuries keep coming, especially if Lukaku doesn't pick up his form either.
Yeah,
that's
a shame.
How many strikers now for Chelsea just haven't?
Yeah,
I feel like the last one that was actually very good for them was Costa.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with that. To be fair, as much as I didn't really like Diego Costa.
Yeah, Diego, he was a fantastic player though.
He was, yeah. But yeah, obviously Morata, absolutely shocking for Chelsea. Obviously Werner's not done very well. Lukaku's not done too well at the moment. Yeah, Falcao, yeah, bloody hell. There's a fair few of them.
Yeah, there's been loads, but yeah,
they've always had
Higuain. Remember they had Higuain?
Oh yeah, bloody hell. I forgot about him.
Yeah, they've had strikers.
They've had big names as well.
Everywhere. Oh yeah, they've had strikers everywhere. But yeah, hopefully they'll. Well, I mean, I don't actually care. I say hopefully. I don't care. Hopefully, so that it actually makes for an interesting season. I'd hate it to run off again between 1 and 2, or either between just a team on their own or two teams. Like I'd love to see, Chelsea stay in that fight, and then maybe even Arsenal can. I mean, they're not. I don't think you guys will win it, but I don't think there's any reason why you couldn't put a bit of pressure on the teams ahead of you.
Yeah, we're
if you can keep playing well.
9 points behind Liverpool at the moment, but yeah, we'll obviously played the same amount of games, but 9 points behind. I don't think we'll really be challenging. I'd like to just be there, put the pressure on, but I don't think we'll be pushing too much higher than sort of we are at the moment. I think realistically we could push for third, but I don't think it's that achievable. I think probably fourth is probably the highest we're going to go this season.
Yeah.
But you never know. I'd be happy if we can obviously
I think you can
pick up some. If Chelsea are going to have some of these games where they're dropping points and stuff, hopefully we can capitalise on that.
Yeah. No, definitely. I don't see why you can't. I don't see why you can't finish in the top 4. To be honest with you guys, if you're playing it like this well now.
Yeah.
I just weirdly, I just sort of saw it in the column. We're 11th. The only teams that have lost more games than us that are ahead of us are Chelsea, Liverpool, and City.
What? They've lost more games than you?
Yeah. So less games. Sorry.
Oh right.
The only team ahead of us. We're 11th. The only team ahead of us. Which is crazy, but we just have those 8 draws that are just...
Yeah, it's the draws that are killing you guys at the moment.
A little mistake still, but
we're
11th. 11th at Christmas, I would bite your hand off at that. Well, we were saying at the beginning of the season, right? I mean, I would have, bitten someone's hand off for that at the beginning of the season. So I'm happy, but we still got a long way to go.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, City. So we think we're back in a City win, I think, against Leicester. Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Am I right? All right. Chelsea Wolves. We'll go over this one briefly because Chelsea are just a bit of a I don't really.
Yeah, I've already kind of mentioned them as well.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Chelsea obviously against Wolves got the draw. That's puts them down into they've slipped all the way down into third, having led pretty much for the majority of the season so far. I believe. I
think only maybe 1 or 2 game weeks where City and Liverpool individually have jumped them for a little bit, but
yeah, it's kind of mad. But yeah, so Chelsea, I've got a sickening feeling that this is the beginning of the drop off for Chelsea, which I don't want it to be because I do want them to keep it going, keep it tight. And
Chelsea are like, they'll just throw 100 million at someone during the January transfer window and do really well again.
I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in a new centre back or something in January. Luckily, they can't bring back Gallagher, which is great because I think they would at this point if they couldn't, basically.
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't really know. I don't really think it's the defence that they're really having issues with. Thiago Silva's obviously old, but he's still a decent player. Rudiger's been playing well. Obviously Ben Chilwell's out at the moment, but obviously
too badly.
Yeah, exactly. Reece James is doing really well. Aspi a little bit old, but still is performing fairly well. Christensen as well. He's out
of contract as well, which is crazy thing.
Yeah, exactly. But then obviously they're flooded with CDMs at the moment. They've got so many. They probably don't know what to do with. Still got Pulisic, Mount, Hudson-Odoi. They've got good players. I think it really is only that striker that is letting them down a bit.
Yeah, and they've got Lukaku and Werner, who last year and the year before, they were last year Lukaku, the year before that Werner. arguably the best striker of the season for their teams.
Yeah.
Like in world football, but yeah, for their respective teams in Inter Milan and Leipzig. Like,
yeah, well, maybe like Lewandowski or something like that, but definitely.
Oh
like,
yeah, of course. They're in the conversation. Top three, I'd say 100%. I don't think anyone's touching Lewandowski at the moment, personally.
No, definitely not.
Harry Kane was so close to doing it, so close to touching Lewandowski, and then he just has been so bad.
He's on the come up now, mate. Don't you worry.
Yeah, you know what, Chelsea. We might as well get onto that. Chelsea, Villa. They're probably going to beat Villa, right? I'd imagine they're going to beat Villa, but I think it'll be a tough day for them. I can see that as a 1-0.
Yeah, I was just
a 1-0 Chelsea win, or like a 2-1 Chelsea win.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely game of the weekend and potentially game of the season so far.
Yeah.
I still might put it down to that Chelsea West Ham 3-2 game, which was unreal.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see that live. I didn't see this game live though. So for me, but I can understand. Obviously, yeah, so many talking points in this game. Obviously, 2-2, Spurs, Liverpool, Kane and Son picking up the goals for Spurs. Harry Kane scoring a beautiful Harry Kane-esque goal with the run,
the old Harry Kane
finish. Yeah, it was beautiful, man. And then Son should have had a couple goals. Dele Alli is a horrendous football player.
By half time, Tottenham could have been 4-0 up.
Yeah, Dele Alli Son could have had a hat trick in this game.
Definitely.
Yeah, Dele Alli.
So many chances.
So bad. Honestly, I think we could do a whole podcast on how bad Dele Alli is in football.
True.
But he's so bad. Like
he's got to go.
Like his shot, like it was a great save from Alisson. But he should score that anyway.
Yeah,
like Alisson should be making that save. Like that should be. He should. And his ball that squared it to Kane, which was such a bad ball. The spin was all off. Like it was slow. Like it was just a terrible outing from Dele Alli, who just continues to be like one of the most disappointing players in the last decade.
He strikes me as someone that's going to end up at Newcastle.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Or he could end up anywhere. Like I wouldn't take him at Palace.
No.
If I'm being honest, I wouldn't want him. Like he doesn't work. Like we need hard workers in our team, and he's just not that.
No, you saw from the from the All or Nothing documentary that they did. One of the first things Jose said to Dele Alli was like, "Dele, like you're lazy, like you don't work hard enough." It's literally one of the first things he says to him on their first training session, and he's a bit like, "Oh, great," but. Obviously, Mourinho can see that on his first training session with them, let alone obviously having just observed from an outsider's perspective. Like, it's pretty simple to see that I don't think his head's in it at Tottenham anymore.
I don't know why it wouldn't be. He's not going to go anywhere better.
No, exactly. But, yeah, I think he needs to sort his hair out as well.
Winks sucks. I don't mind Ryan Sessegnon. I actually think Ryan Sessegnon played pretty well.
Harry Winks is a disgrace to the number 8 shirt.
Yeah, it's so mad.
The fact that he's been given the number 8 and very rarely plays for Tottenham is a bit of a joke.
Tyler Morton is already better than Harry Winks.
Yeah.
That was funny in the group chat. Sorry, Mark, but when Mark was obviously like Tyler Morton 19 starting, and I was like, bare 19-year-olds start for teams, bruv. Like, and good teams as well. Like it's nothing crazy. Like
no, not at all.
And we know what Klopp likes to do. We know he likes to use youngsters, so there's nothing crazy about a 19-year-old starting for fucking Liverpool.
No, not at all.
Especially they're getting Haaland now, apparently.
Getting Haaland, but apparently Haaland's also off to United. He's part of Ragnar's plan, but he's also off to City and Chelsea. So, yeah, who knows?
Out of any of them, I'd back Chelsea to make the signing, just because they will throw the most amount of money at that.
Yeah, but I think they'd have to get rid of
They could put
Lukaku and Werner.
They could put Lukaku or Werner in the deal.
I'd probably say Werner. Werner going back to the Bundesliga.
Right now, if you're Dortmund right now, and you're like, right, we could get whatever. But then Chelsea come in with like 50 million plus Werner, or plus Ziyech or someone like that.
Yeah. Well, if this release clause is to be believed and everything, maybe they wouldn't even have to get rid of or have to swap a player. But if I was Werner, I'd be probably wanting to go back to the Bundesliga and just where he was comfortable there. He destroyed the Bundesliga. He was really good there, but I think he's just not quite Premier League sort of caliber, really. So do I. I think he was a great player and stuff like that. I just don't really think he's up to the standard of the Premier League, to be honest. He's had a harsh sort of start and hasn't really been able to dig his feet right in. But yeah, if I was Werner, I think I'd be pushing to make that move to Dortmund as well.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what it is. I think there's one thing we haven't spoken about, and he could. I think that there's a big chance he ends up there. A big chance. It's Bayern Munich.
Yeah. Yeah, we know the
It's
incest of the Bundesliga.
Yeah, Bundesliga teams love to deal with each other. So yeah, I mean, Bayern's definitely a dark horse in this race that shouldn't be a dark horse. Should probably be at the forefront.
I'd like to think that Haaland would like to come to the Prem, just because it is the pinnacle of league football. So I'd like to think he'd want to come, but who knows? Depends.
Yeah, it just depends where the money is. Man.
Yeah, and obviously his agent and stuff as well.
I know it's a bit off topic, but kind of on the same topic. I'd like Jude Bellingham to go to Bayern.
Yeah, I don't want Jude Bellingham to come to the Premier League because I won't be able to like him as much. Because I know he won't be going to Arsenal, so I won't be able to like him.
You never know. You never know what can happen.
One big talking point. Going back to the game, the Tottenham Liverpool game. The two big talking points of the game was the lack of red card for Harry Kane and the red card for Robertson. So yeah,
I think both, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, they were basically just very similar challenges, really.
Robertson was softer than Kane's, though.
It looked worse, I think, just because he proper sort of followed through, and it looked a little bit more sort of unnecessary.
It looked like he looked like that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah. It looked a bit more intentional.
But, mate, yeah, that Harry Kane one was insane. Like, how he didn't get sent off for that is insane.
I think there was a lot of questionable decisions from Paul Tierney, the referee, and Craig Pawson, I want to say, who was the VAR official for that game. I think there was quite a few, maybe, I don't know, people will call it suspect, but there was quite a few decisions that I wouldn't have personally agreed with in that game, really. A lot of penalty shouts as well, people going over in the box, stuff like that, and it's all just been waved away and nothing's been given. And Klopp getting his second yellow card of the season, 18 games in. So, he's
so bad, though.
Yeah. It was especially bad this weekend.
It's so bad. Like, honestly, the refereeing standard in football, it's not even in it's in football, it's in every fucking sport at the moment, I swear.
Yeah.
The refereeing standard is just so poor. I don't know why. Like,
yeah,
I just don't know why this.
The more access we get to this sort of technology, the worse I think it's going to become. Because beforehand, it was you went with what the ref said, because that was basically you had the initial TV angle that you saw, and then you might have seen one or two replays. But the access to sort of the technology that we've got now, that you can clearly see these situations in slow motion in 15 different angles, and the ref can see it within 10 seconds of it actually happening. It's a bit like it's just sort of it's bringing a lot more attention to it, and there's a lot more to scrutinise. So I think it's now like referees' jobs have become harder in that sense, but it's there to kind of make their jobs a bit easier, to help them with those decisions that they're not 100% on, and then they're still not making the right decisions. So I think but it's not being used in the right way. I think VAR, how that was used and refereed in the Euros, that's how it needs to happen going forward in the Premier League. Obviously, I know with the Euros you've got the best referees from all around the world that obviously do it and stuff like that, and we've got some of the best referees in England and stuff that can do it, and obviously a couple of foreign ones, but a lot of them are they're just not really good enough. They're not up to standard, really. But yeah, it really is. And as I say, VAR has been shown in sort of the World Cup previous to that and in the Euros that when it's used properly, it's very beneficial and it works really well.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's a great bit of kit, but like we just don't have the people that know how to use it, and they're ruining football for us week in, week out at the moment, and it sucks. Like,
yeah, fully.
Yeah, you just don't know what to do, man. Like, I just have to ride it out until they fucking fix this thing, but you never know when that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
especially the competence of the Premier League.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a big sit-down meeting with the Premier League Association and the FA and stuff like that, and just be like, right, yeah, this is what's going on. This is what we need to do to fix it. Everyone needs to brush up on their rule book and make sure we're all on the same fucking page for once. Because it's the inconsistency that's pissing a lot of people off as well.
We can't have like interpretation and stuff. It just has to be like, this is the fucking rules.
It needs to be more black and white.
Yeah, like we have referees that suck at refereeing. So how are we gonna let them make their own decision when it should be just a black and white rule book that this is what happens when this happens, this is what happens when this happens.
Yeah, obviously, like I think we were talking about this a bit in the group chat yesterday, and Harry mentioned the fact that obviously a lot of challenges are different in their own ways, and some referees are more lenient than others and stuff like that. So that's all fine, but referees shouldn't be more lenient than the other. It should be one rule for everyone, and everyone needs to stick to that rule, because otherwise it's more beneficial to some teams depending on that who's refereeing their game that week.
Yeah.
And obviously Klopp's come out in the media this week, and it came out in the media this week that Klopp had a massive go at Paul Tierney, saying the only referee I have a problem with, whenever you obviously referee, you are the only referee we ever have issues with.
Yeah.
Everyone else is decent enough.
Yeah.
I think
I reckon he's probably a bit of a prick, Paul Tierney. I say that, I'm not knowing anything about him, but yeah, it's not great. It's not great. But we know what Klopp can be like. Klopp's a drama queen, man. So we know what he can be like. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But
there was also a similar situation in the Arsenal Leeds game, obviously with Xhaka sort of went studs up or whatever.
Oh yeah, I
didn't get anything for that.
That should have been a red card.
Yeah, but and then obviously Gelhardt or whatever, near identical tackle, other than the fact that Gelhardt went to ground as he tackled, he obviously got a yellow. That was literally the only difference. The fact that
I can't believe how Xhaka got away with that. Like he fully
I was surprised.
Like even from the way he went in, even if he hadn't touched him, he should have got a yellow just purely for the way he went in.
Exactly, and this is why
jumped into it and fucking tried to come down on the with his stud shot. Like it was awful. Like
he's
the way
just so unreliable, Xhaka. He's it's moments like that I'm a bit like you're good at times. Like you are good, and obviously back in the Euros when he was playing for Switzerland, he really showed his class in that Euros, I think. But as soon as he comes back to Arsenal, it's just unreliable. He's over aggressive. He doesn't seem like he's ever really gotten over that from his time in the Bundesliga. It was really much like, obviously I know the Bundesliga can be quite aggressive and it is sort of more is quite physical and stuff.
Yeah.
But they might be a bit more lenient over there with that sort of aggression. But over here, that sort of stuff doesn't run, and he never really seems to have gotten over that because he makes so many rash. Yeah, exactly. He should have gotten over it, but he makes so many rash, stupid challenges. And I was convinced at that point. I was like, right, well, we're down to 10 men here. But luckily, he didn't get anything in the end. So
he didn't get anything for that. Like he should have been sent off there and then. Like that was outrageous that nothing happened. It's incredible. Yeah. Exactly. Crazy. But obviously ended up being a draw, probably the rightful result, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think Tottenham could have at least been 4-0 up or 3-0 up by half time, really. But there was also Liverpool had a lot of chances to score as well. So I think it balanced out really in the end. Yeah.
It must be so weird being a Tottenham fan. Like it's just one of them clubs that you just wouldn't want. Like from the outside looking in, you wouldn't want to be a fan. Like, no, I don't want to mean disrespect to Tottenham, but I
do,
because they're so fucking
shit.
Just it's just they're just Tottenham, aren't they? And they have that stigma that you can't really put your finger on it, but they're just Tottenham. And I don't know, but I know obviously there's nothing against Tottenham fans. I know fucking loads of Tottenham fans that I really like them, and they have the most incredible stadium I've ever been to in my life. That thing is crazy.
Speaking of, the new Milan stadium is being designed by the same people that designed the Tottenham stadium.
Ooh.
So it's going to obviously AC and Inter will be sharing it again. There's released obviously a couple of concept arts and stuff for the stadium, which looks quite cool.
Yeah, I wonder if that has anything to do with NFL as well.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because I know that they have international games, and they've been looking to the NFL have been looking to expand the international games for quite a little while now. They have the Mexico game.
Milan would be a decent place to do it if anywhere.
Yeah, Europe is a big hotbed for NFL as well. There's the biggest hotbed for NFL outside of America, obviously.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it's bigger it's the biggest place it's in is Germany, so I don't know, but I don't know how big it is in Italy, but it could be interesting. I mean, playing NFL games in Milan, not a bad time.
Exactly. And you know how a lot of Americans feel about Europe anyway. They love Europe because Europe's so exotic and fancy and stuff like that. But
like less exotic than America.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a lot of Europe.
So people say I'm going to Europe, but they could be going to like Doncaster.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
But the way I think they really idolise Europe. And
remember, like Doncaster and well, technically not. Like, I guess are we part of Europe?
Yeah, we're still in Europe, we're just not part of the European Union.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I guess you could if you go to Europe, you could be in like Swansea or no offense Swansea people, Swansea or Paris. Like, there's quite a big difference.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Swansea or Copenhagen.
The romantic Swansea.
Beautiful there. The rolling hills of Swansea.
Scunthorpe.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Scunthorpe, Milan.
Yeah, I know where I'd rather be. But yeah, Liverpool's next game is against Leeds. I expect they'll pick up the 3 points pretty easy. That could be another real bad game for Leeds.
It really could be.
Really bad game.
How long before they look at Bielsa and need to maybe get rid?
Well, it's a tough one because who are their next games? So they've got Liverpool, Villa, Burnley, West Ham.
Well, Burnley are 5 points behind them at the moment, and they're obviously still in the relegation zone. Burnley are. So they've lost their last 3. Leeds drew 1 and won 1, but they're basically going to have lost 4 when they play Liverpool. Who have they got after that? Sorry, is that Burnley after that?
They got so they've got Burnley, then so they've got Liverpool next, then Villa on the 28th, Burnley on the 2nd, West Ham on the 16th, and they've got West Ham on the 9th as well in the FA Cup.
Yeah, in honesty, they could at least lose 5 before they play Burnley. So they've lost their last 3. If they play Liverpool, they'll lose 4.
Yeah.
Villa, they're on a bit of an upwards sort of spark at the moment, I think. Yeah, so that could easily be 5 in a row that they lose before they even get to Burnley. And then who knows, Burnley have obviously drawn 4 of their last 5.
It's not a great look, is it?
No, exactly. So not looking too good for him, but I don't know. I like Marcelo Bielsa, or Mickey B, but I just don't know if he's maybe the right fit for Leeds anymore, really. But again, like we've said about a lot of these teams, who else are they going to get in?
Yeah, like you got to imagine. I mean, is there any potential that Rafinha leaves in January?
I don't know. Apparently, his agent's been on the phone a bit.
Yeah, I can imagine he has.
He scored 44% of their goals at the moment so far this season.
Yeah, I think.
And he's had various spells of injury.
No, exactly. I say that's insane. I'm fairly sure Gallagher's not too far off of that for us, to be honest. But it's crazy. Like they are in a real bad. Calvin Phillips will probably be gone in the summer, I imagine.
Yeah.
He'll be gone in January. If not January, it'll definitely be summer.
See, H, the rapper, he added Calvin Phillips on Instagram.
Oh, sorry, on Twitter as well, but yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah. That was fun.
But yeah, interesting. It's going to be an interesting time these next few weeks. You know, we've got a lot of football coming up. Loads of football. We got 26th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and then we got the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, and then we have a little gap to the 14th. But we've got FA Cup in the meantime, haven't we?
Exactly. Should be good.
Exactly. But I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, man. I think it'll be good. You know, Palace, we're looking all right. We're going to lose a few players to the African Cup of Nations, which could hurt, but you never know. Maybe. I don't think anything will happen in January. I really don't think we'll sign anyone. I think, I can't really see us signing anyone. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe a right back, but I don't think that'll happen.
No. I think we'll only lose one key player from Arsenal to the African Cup of Nations, which is Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
I think everyone else really, out of the starting 11 that we've played for the last 4 games in a row, I think Thomas Partey would be the only one we lose.
Yeah, that's not too bad, to be fair. We lose fucking like Chiarte, Ayew, Zaha, Schlupp. Someone else as well. I can't remember. We lose a few players, which is a pain in the ass. But hopefully, I've got a sneaky suspicion Wilf won't go.
Yeah, well, obviously there was that thing that came out a couple of weeks ago. He was asked to stay out of the international games because last time he came back he was ill or something.
I've got to do that will roll on.
Yeah, but obviously there's still talks about the African Cup of Nations being cancelled or postponed. So who knows?
I kind of hope. I don't know what I hope for because it's a double-edged sword.
I kind of hope it does go ahead just because Liverpool will be screwed. Well, I'd like to see Liverpool without.
We play Liverpool in that time, and it's like if they will be without Salah and Mane. So I'm kind of like,
if you're going to get a result, hopefully it will be then.
Yeah.
But,
like a midfield of. Yeah, I mean, our midfield would be fine if Kiarte dropped out.
Yeah.
Because you could put MacArthur or Will Hughes in there.
Milivojevic.
No. I want to stay far away from the first team as much as possible. Even Eze, bring Eze back in. I like how Vieira's really taken his time putting Eze back in the team. You've got to be careful, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
He's giving him minutes here and there, and I think he started in the. Oh no, he didn't. I don't know. He'll definitely start that Millwall game, that FA Cup Millwall game.
Yeah.
We got Millwall and Brighton in the same week. Oh, bliss.
What a week for the HFO4 Homesdale Fanatics.
That's it, boy. But yeah, it's interesting. Is there? To be honest, the Palace game was there wasn't a Palace game to really talk about. Palace, we've got Spurs. We could talk about that quickly. I actually feel quite confident. I'm feeling more confident about the bigger teams that we play than the lower teams. We tend to play up and play down at the moment, which is a bit of an annoying trait, but also can obviously come in handy. Beat Spurs 3-0 when we played them at Selhurst Park. Obviously, they've come on a bit since then, looking a bit. But then I think we've also gotten a bit better since then. So we'll see what happens. Like
I think they're unbeaten since Conte has come in.
Yeah. But they're not playing good football. Well, they playing okay. They're getting better, but they're still not playing amazing football.
No.
And I don't know, it's Tottenham as well. I mean, we've got to remember this. Tottenham.
Yeah, that's it.
I think we could get them. I hope
I'd like you guys to because we're playing them shortly after that. So yes,
exactly. 3 points would be huge. 3 points could see us jump into the top 10, which will be lovely.
Yes. Well, so Tottenham have got you, then they've got Southampton, then they've got us. No, they haven't. They've got Watford, then us.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yes.
Oh shit! Literally, yeah. If Villa lose to Chelsea, which could definitely happen, and Leicester lose to Man City, which will probably happen, and we beat Spurs, which could happen, we'll jump 9th.
Nice.
I'll take that every day. That'd be nice.
Good job.
But I can't complain. 11th on Christmas. You know, I'll definitely take that. It was you guys 4th at Christmas. You definitely take that.
Very happy with that, to be fair.
Yeah,
how the season started and everything. I'm happy where things are going. Fingers crossed we can keep it up. Who'd have thought? Not me.
Who'd have thought? We're all happy. I think the only person right now that's probably not that happy on the podcast is Bardell.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe Harry.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Should we talk about? Have a look at Reading. What are Reading doing at the moment?
Let's have a look. We'll finish off the podcast with a bit of Reading talk.
Right. So.
Reading Festival came up when I
They are 21st at the moment.
Okay.
21 points. I was about to say Derby still on 4 points, but they had a big old points drop, didn't they?
Yeah, they're so done.
Yeah, fair. But Barnsley are only 10 points more than Derby at the moment, but
they didn't have any points dropped, which is crazy. Yeah. If Derby come ahead of Barnsley, then that they should be able to stay up.
Well, Barnsley have won 2 games so far this season. Derby have won 5, so. I think Reading are having a bit of a sticky patch at the moment. In their last 5, they've drawn 2, lost 2, and won 1.
Fulham next game.
Yeah, not good. What was going on at the top? Fulham, Bournemouth, and Blackburn Rovers. Imagine if Blackburn came back into.
Look at the form of Fulham and Bournemouth.
Yeah, I know. Look at Blackburn underneath.
Blackburn have won all their last 5 games, whereas Bournemouth in second have drawn 3, lost 2, and Fulham have drawn 4, lost 1. West Brom are unbeaten in their last 5. Nottingham Forest are unbeaten in their last 5, down in 7th. I'd love it if. Actually, to be honest, the only two I like to see Blackburn and Nottingham. I I don't want to see. So the top 6 is Stoke, QPR, West Brom, Blackburn, Fulham, and Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Fulham, Bournemouth, West Brom, QPR, or Stoke come back. I want to see, if I could have it, I'd have Blackburn, Nottingham Forest, and Coventry.
Yeah.
That'd be wicked.
Definitely.
Or Millwall. Get Millwall, so we can have a proper South London derby in the Premier League.
No.
Get them in the Premier League so we can have an actual derby.
Yeah, the thing is, but Fulham and Bournemouth are just the same as Norwich, Watford, and Newcastle. Really, there's yo-yo clubs, up and down every couple of years. So there's no point.
Bournemouth are just horrendous. I hate Bournemouth.
This is what I keep proposing my idea of the Formula 1. Not Formula 1.5, the Premier League 1.5.
The Championship, basically.
No, it's above the Championship. It's just not as good as the Premier League.
Yeah, you have like
Just
3 teams.
No, there's about 5 or 6 teams, I think, and they'll just battle it out on their own.
Yeah,
they'll battle out on their own because they're too good to be in the Championship, evidently, but they're not good enough to be in the Prem. So
that's it.
Have their own Super League, but the not so Super League.
But yeah, on that bombshell, that's it. It's the pod.
It is
done. Happy Christmas.
Done. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that jazz.
Yeah, everyone. I'm assuming we'll have a podcast between now and New Year's.
I think so.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm away from. Well, I'm basically busy from Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and the 27th, and then I think I'm available next Tuesday actually, and then I think I should be available most of next week apart from Monday and Friday.
Let me have a look quickly.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I think I can do, because I'm working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
So what was it, sorry?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, 28th, 29th, 30th. I can do either 3 of those.
I'm not working 30th, so I could do the 30th.
Cool, Thursday.
Working the 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Cool. Well, yeah, obviously we'll speak to the lads and see who else is around, if anyone. If not, it'll just be your boys again.
It'll just be us two again, bringing you all
the quality content.
Spreading that Christmas joy.
Exactly.
For y'all.
For y'all.
Yes, we will speak to you soon. I hope everyone watching and everyone not watching has a great Christmas.
You know what? This Christmas will come out on this podcast will come out on Christmas Day. Why not? I doubt anyone's listening to it, but Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. This is Christmas Day for all of those that have made it all the way to the end of the podcast and have just found out that it's Christmas Day from this podcast.
Exactly. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays.
Yeah, if you don't, happy day.
Yeah.
Well, happy Saturday.
Yeah, happy Saturday.
There you go.
Hope
Have a good
your weekend.
All right, we will see you guys later. Make sure all the stuff above us. Just like it, subscribe to it, follow whatever it is. Just do it because that'll be a nice Christmas present from you guys to us. We'll really appreciate it.
Doesn't cost you anything either.
We're giving you a year of Christmas presents, 2 Christmas presents a week, basically.
Exactly.
So give us one back in likes and subscribes and follows, please. All right.
Please.
Bye.
Bye.